Welcome to our first mini-sode. We are talking about the Hunger Games.
So, I will read the synopsis for Hunger Games.
Yes.
Because I do not want to spoil anything for the rest.
Yes.
So, in the ruins of a place once known as North America lies the nation of Panem, a shining capital surrounded by 12 outlying districts. The capital is harsh and cruel and keeps the districts in line by forcing them all to send one boy and one girl between the ages of 12 and 18 to participate in the annual Hunger Games, a fight to the death on live TV. 16-year-old Katniss Everdeen, who lives alone with her mother and younger sister, regards it as a death sentence when she steps forward to take her sister's place in the games. But Katniss has been close to dead before, and survival, for her, is second nature. Without really meaning to, she becomes a contender. But if she is to win, she will have to start making choices that weight survival against humanity and life against love. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
I was in it. Like the first 30 minutes of the book, I was in it. And that's like, again, I'm kind of like in a phase right now where it's just hard. I think I'm just going to have to take a break from audiobook listening. I think I've just burnt myself out right now.
Okay.
So next month I probably will have like a total of one book.
Hey, that's okay.
Review.
That's okay.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to take a break. But I was so into Hunger Games. And then everybody was like, "Oh, you're gonna love Peeta in this book. You're gonna love Peeta in Catching Fire and all this other stuff." I loved Peeta from the very beginning. Gale is
Not it.
No. What
Not
was
it.
the point? Here's why you were saying about what's her face, Prim and Gale. You were like, it wasn't heartbreaking. I didn't like either of them.
You didn't like
Either.
Prim?
You didn't like Prim?
Prim, she about got Katniss killed multiple times. What are you talking
She's
about?
a child.
Yeah.
So was Katniss.
She's an older child.
But that's the whole point, is they're all children and they're all just fighting for survival.
Katniss is actually doing it, and Prim is like, "Da-da-da-da-da. I love cats and I love to just have fun." I'm like, girl, your sister literally, and maybe it's because I'm the oldest sister, but
No, see, I felt that protectiveness. Like, I could, like, obviously,
at
me
some
and
point
me
you
and
gotta
Sam-
let them go. If they want to go, you gotta let them go.
But
They want to
here's
make
the
those
deal.
decisions. All right,
Not at 12.
My hands are tied.
Here's the deal. I
feel bad
think,
for Isla. She's going to turn 12 and you're just going to be like, you're on your own, kid.
No.
You always have been.
She's not her kid.
Well,
It's her sister.
yes.
Basically treating this like she's the dad, though.
Yeah.
Katniss is the father figure
Yes.
in the family.
And we've reached another thing where it's Feyre and Nesta again. Okay, Feyre has done
Except-
all this stuff to help protect the family, help do all this for the family, and Prim is just there.
Prim was allowed to have a childhood
Yes.
that Katniss wasn't allowed to have. In the counter to
Because of
Nesta
who?
and Feyre, Nesta should have been what
Yes.
Feyre was
Yes.
for her.
Absolutely.
Because
Yeah,
Nesta
that's
was the
why-
eldest. Feyre was the youngest.
The youngest.
Yeah, she was the youngest.
Yes,
And so I think I think it was Katniss wanting her to just stay a child for as long as possible.
Right.
Because I would want that for my
Right.
sister.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
like
And I
so.
do too.
fault because she sheltered her,
Yes.
from these hardships that Katniss was solving all the problems for.
Exactly.
you got a point
So-
there, but it's still like I think whenever I finally gave up hope for Prim was in Mockingjay, whenever she went to go get the dang cat, whenever they were going to the freaking bunker.
I'll give you a little anger there.
I can't say I wouldn't. I can't say that I wouldn't. Do
How
the
old
same.
is Prim in that?
13.
So it's only been a year?
Girl, you got some
13 and
hot
a half.
takes.
All right, I'm only going to be mad at you for 6 months.
We're continuing the hot takes episode as well.
I didn't want him to be alone. I didn't want him to be alone. Homegirl, I've got PTSD from saving your butt
I mean,
multiple times,
I'm
Again,
not
I would only be
saying-
mad at her for 6 months to a year.
which is when she died.
And then you get forgiveness when you're martyred. So
I'm not saying
And
I
again,
don't
how did
see.
she die? Like, she
Gail.
put herself in the situation.
But she was trying to save people at that point. It wasn't cats. It was
you
actual
get-
people.
you get a pass for
actual.
people.
It was capital children.
She was going to be a doctor, and I was like, actually,
Yes.
you're oh, look at that! You don't just sit there and complain the whole time.
Okay.
No, I was not a fan of Prim.
On
Sorry.
another note, that's what I'm
get
hoping
it.
happens with Elaine. Right now, she's just a not on.
Yes.
I
on
need
a
you
log.
to specify. You hope she has development, or you hope she dies.
I hope she has development to where she's not just a not on a log.
I agree.
Good.
I agree.
Hannah just out
do
here being like, off Elaine, just take her out of there.
I'm even 100% okay with her becoming the villain. I am. I just want her to
She
do
does need
something.
something.
She needs something. And I think that Prim became something by becoming a doctor, wanting to be a doctor, wanting to
Yeah.
help people. I think that was a really good, that was a maturing thing for her. You know what? It's time to stop being a kid. But it wasn't forced on her. She made that decision
Right.
to not be a kid anymore, to become something.
And Gail, we'll move on. Gail was
We're going to talk about Gail. Let's do that because
I said we'll move on from Prim. I meant,
okay.
So
I apologize. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway.
Gail was solely written. You cannot convince me that Gail was not written solely to piss me off.
It was personal.
It was.
And it was even worse because you chose not to read it when it came out.
So here's the deal. It's like,
author's just been
it was
like,
building up.
Where's Allie? Where is she?
So here's the deal with Gail. And I've seen the meme before where it's like Katniss fighting for her life, protecting her sister, sticking it to the Capitol, whatever. And Gail's like, okay, but do you like me like that?
Yes.
Literally.
Oh my God.
That is all he
what
did.
are we?
Hint.
Yes.
You kissed her.
Yes.
She has done nothing to make you believe that she likes you.
No.
And he's just like, okay, but, you love Peeta more. Yeah.
Yeah.
You.
Choosing the words. I'm finding it.
I'm finding it. I'm finding it.
It takes you that long to find it.
Yup.
No. So, yeah. Whenever. And he just kind of got like a. What? Ending? It was kind of like all that. That's how Mockingjay felt. So, loved Hunger Games, loved Catching Fire. Mockingjay, and me and Aaron talked about this. He has only watched the movies.
Okay.
So,
But they did a
Same.
good job with the movies.
They did a fantastic job with the
Yes,
movies.
that's one of the better book
Yes.
to movie adaptations.
So, Aaron, what's crazy is how I felt. Me and Aaron said it at the exact same time. We both feel the exact same way. Mockingjay is, okay, boring. What's going on? Hold on. Everything's happening. What's going on? And he feels the exact same way. It's kind of like whenever you're watching the movie, you're like, okay, I can play on my phone. Like I don't. And then at the last 15 minutes is like, so much is happening. The whole book has just been put in this 15 minutes.
I gotcha.
So
I
that
mean,
is
I
my
didn't feel that
problem.
way, but
Which, I don't know. Maybe me and Aaron are just meant to be. But I just thought, because I was like, did I just get burnt out from this world? That was what I was
Maybe.
afraid of.
Possibly.
But Aaron felt the exact same way.
were you listening to it too?
Yes.
So then this might have been the start of your tired of audio listening.
I don't know,
maybe?
because then I did Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
And it was fun.
Oh my God.
Okay.
And I did multiple other ones.
Here's what I really liked about Mockingjay was I really liked that they were trying to use her as the face and everything, but she just wanted to. All she was focused on was helping.
Right.
That's all she wanted the
I
whole
wanna fight.
time. Yeah. She didn't want to just be a face. She wanted to actually be the one doing things because she started all this. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like a completion thing. Like,
Yeah.
this has to be me.
Which is why she made a good face.
Exactly.
But does it not feel in Mockingjay, it's like something big happens and then it's like, and then I was drugged for weeks on end. And then something else big happens. And then I was drugged for weeks on end.
I don't remember feeling that way. Granted, it has been a while since I've read them.
Yeah.
I don't remember feeling that way though. And it's just more manipulation from District 13. Everybody wants to use her, and she just wants to do what she does.
Yeah.
You know, which is protect her family, protect her district, protect her loved ones. That's all she's concerned about. And I love that. Like, she just sticks around, and like they were trying to feed her lines and like
yes, and
make
it was just
this,
her.
Yeah.
It was just her.
They were just trying to make this scenario where they could, make her look, oh, she's on top. And then they go into a battle, and that's when it actually comes out. She's like, look at what they're doing. Like, she is, look, this is what it is.
An orphanage.
Yes.
Yeah, not an orphanage.
Hospital. Yes. And that's when it was real, so it came across well.
Right. Right.
And I love that.
So, Coin,
Yes.
spoiler alert,
Yes.
for the end of Mockingjay. I know that like they had spoken about Coin like was not a fan of Katniss and all this other stuff. And then the random at the end, well, Coin's just going to turn into another Snow. And then she kills Coin, doesn't kill Snow, which the whole series has been about. And and then Snow dies from laughing.
Well, it's his
He was dying the whole time.
Yeah.
and it was just like like enough came up, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like we couldn't go more in depth. That's kind of how Mockingjay. I was just not a fan of Mockingjay. Hey, listen.
Yeah, I loved that ending.
I thought
But I
it
think it was supposed to just show, and then the cycle continues.
yes.
So
Or they're
it was
trying
like-
to get the cycle to continue, and it's like,
Yeah. And the Katniss is like, absolutely not. I just fought this cycle. I ain't starting another one.
exactly.
Right.
Because she never was just a face.
It is very similar, I feel like, to just like the vibes, obviously. It's very similar to after World War I, where they put everything on Germany, and like Germany had to rebuild and pay for all this and that and that. And that is really what spurred World War II. It's like she could see that happening because they're just turning the tables.
Yeah.
It would turn into another cycle, just a little bit
We'll
different.
be on the different side of it.
Yes.
We'll have the better end, but
Yes.
it's going to reoccur.
Exactly. And she didn't want that for anybody. So I really liked that.
Well, then after I finished Mockingjay,
Wait. Finnick.
Finnick.
I had to. Did you cry?
I did not cry.
I did.
I did not cry. I felt like he didn't get. Oh my God.
He deserved so much better.
He deserved more of a bigger paragraph other than, and then Finnick died. And we moved on with our life, and then I was drugged, and then I sat in I had Morphling, and I talked to Joanna Jameson, or whatever her name is. And
he definitely deserved more.
Annie. Oh my God.
I know.
He got married, so
Yeah.
that's the best thing for him.
Yes.
The life that Finnick lived, I want to know more about
Yes.
him, but I will say the next book that's coming out, I am so excited for.
Yes.
Haymitch's story.
Which feels weird. We've talked about this before. It feels
Right.
weird to be excited about it.
Really?
So excited
Yeah.
to see your trauma.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
See,
It's a capital thing.
you know, everybody I saw, you always see the memes. They could never make me hate you, Haymitch.
Oh,
he
yeah.
was not a bad guy. Haymitch was not a bad guy.
No.
When did we ever get the idea that he was a bad guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
He
been
was just
very
a drunk.
confused about that. Yeah, he
was
was
just
drunk
drunk.
from his trauma.
Yeah.
He wasn't a great
I do
mentor.
wish that they
but-
would have put him falling off the stage in Hunger Games.
Yeah.
I do wish that they would have put that because I feel like that just
Yeah, it's Haymitch.
yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
No, I love Haymitch. I'm very excited for
Yes.
this next book.
March.
March, yes. Now,
Yes.
Ballad of Songbird and Snakes.
Yes.
How dare she make me like President Snow for a little
know.
Yeah,
I
just a
know.
Just a
second
little
there.
bit. Like 80% of the book,
Yeah.
but
Dude, that ending.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's literally hunting her.
Yes.
It's like she's a wild animal.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
fact that she sang the Hanging Tree song.
Yes.
The fact that there are so many parallels between her
Yes.
and Katniss, she had to have lived.
Well-
she had to have
Well,
lived.
here's the thing, and this is my favorite fan theory, and this is one that I believe.
Oh, let's hear it.
Lucy Gray is Coin. How else would Coin have known how much the Mockingjay means to President Snow? That is one that I seriously believe.
That she ran away and got to District 13.
Mm-hmm. And she became Coin.
And because she had been so betrayed by it, she would have wanted to do back to the Capitol what they continued to do.
Yes.
Does the age line up, though?
I don't know.
Similarly?
Well, I remember her being very gray.
Yes.
Yeah, but the movie made her appear more blonde than gray. So I'm a little
She was
thrown on
older
the
in
age,
the
but I
book.
can't remember.
She was
I
older
can't
in the
remember.
book.
Yeah.
I'd have to see it.
That is, I truly believe that is. How else would
You're
Coin
right.
know
Now I've
how
gotta go
much
back
the
and
Mockingjay
read it.
means
You're
to Snow?
right. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. I
If
like
she
that
didn't-
theory.
If she isn't Coin, she at least lived to go to District 13 and
Right.
talk.
There's
Right.
also another fan theory that Katniss is a relative, like a descendant of Snow and Lucy Gray.
Oh, no. I don't like
Yeah.
that. I was about to say, of Lucy Gray, I like that theory.
Not
I
of
don't know
Snow.
if it follows, but when you threw Snow in there, it's like, what? No. No, they didn't have a baby. For sure didn't have a baby.
So, speaking of fan theories, I wanted to throw a couple at you.
Yes.
See how you all feel about it.
Let's hear it.
Panem is what would have happened if the Revolutionary War, Great Britain would have won. Think about it. There's 13 districts.
13 colonies.
And along with that fan theory, people are thinking that the rest of the world is not. Like, the rest of the world is living like how we live right now.
And
it's just Panem.
And everybody's like, not my problem.
Yeah. Yes.
I personally like to think that somebody would have stepped in
Right.
because it's children. I'm halfway on board with the 13 colonies
Okay.
fan theory.
I like it as a theory. I don't know how much I'd believe, that
right.
could be it.
Right. Like if I could see definitive proof.
Yeah. I'd have to
Maybe.
go back and reread with
Yeah.
that in the back of my mind.
Right. Any other fan theories?
Yes. The stylist for Katniss.
Yes.
He bought her to protect her.
Bought her.
You know how they could
Sponsor?
Finnick was bought out and kind of like used. He was like used as a prostitute, basically, which I don't think is a correct term. Sex worker, but he was not choosing to do that. He was,
Kind of forced.
yeah.
I don't know if I'm on board with that. Senna was too good for that.
Oh, meaning
No,
she's meaning he bought her so
bought
that
her
wouldn't
for
happen
protection.
to her. He
Oh.
went ahead and bought her and was like, she's mine, you all can't have
Yeah.
her. So that
Oh.
way nobody would do anything bad to
Right.
her. He just let her continue on life, but he purchased her.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if that...
Possibly.
I don't know.
Possibly. He was obviously a very good stylist.
Yeah.
So he would have had the money for it.
I mean,
feel
I have
like.
seen that theory, especially the girl, and I can't remember which one that had her teeth altered into the like.
The
Tigress,
Yeah,
Yes.
that one.
which was so
Snow-
crazy
yeah.
that she was Snow's cousin.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that way that wouldn't happen to her as part of a theory too. That she kind of.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm less on board for that one than I am the 13 districts or the 13 colonies. I don't know how to explain why though. I don't know.
The Foxface killed herself because
Yeah.
in the movie,
Well-
she is looking at the plants to
Yes.
describe plants. You know, like know
And
what
she's
their
matching
difference is.
them like
Yeah,
so quickly,
so well,
without.
and then she dies from eating poison berries. So
By choice.
if you try to commit suicide, which I forgot about, if you try to commit suicide in the thing, your family will be tortured. So this was the easiest way for her. She knew that she wasn't going to win.
Mm-hmm.
She knew that was the best way where her family wouldn't be punished, and she could just go ahead and
And make it look like I didn't realize what
Yes.
berries I grabbed.
Yes.
Right. It's possible. The problem is that is a movie specific
Yes.
one. If we could have had that information in the book, I'd be all for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't get fully on board with
Right.
it because it was movie specific.
Right. Alternate reality. This one says Gale is dead. After Prim's death, Katniss can't help but blame Gale for it. Luckily for her, he left for District 2 where he got some fancy job. However, a theorist on Goodreads argued that he may have actually died, perhaps even because of her decision to kill Coin. While the theory doesn't have much evidence behind it, it does point out that the oddity is Gale's disappearance from the series in both the book and film. Yeah, because
Because he's gone. That's
Katniss was hijacked to love Peeta.
no.
Fans were introduced to hijacking as a form of brainwashing in Mockingjay, but some fans theorized that it was first shown earlier in the series. According to Reddit user Lightning Fire, Katniss seeing Peeta while suffering under the Tracker Jacker venom in the arena gave her an accidental but powerful sense of allegiance to him. This is a particularly dark Hunger Games theory because it suggests that the central romance in the Hunger Games was all a trick. Just as Peeta was conditioned to hate Katniss, she was conditioned to love him. If nothing else, it seems likely that the venom might have prompted her to give him a chance.
No.
I do have to say, Katniss does not deserve Peeta at all.
No.
No.
She put him through the ringer.
Yes.
She put him through the ringer.
But again, she was just trying, like, she had a focus.
Yeah. Cinna bought Katniss. Joanna and Finnick introduced Katniss to the horrors of being a victor, yet she faced few personal issues herself. This Reddit theory claims that she would have, if not for Cinna's intervention. In Mockingjay, Finnick explained, if a victor is considered desirable, the president gives them as a reward or allows people to buy them for an exorbitant amount of money. As the Hunger Games theory goes, Cinna bought Katniss to prevent anyone else from being able to use her that way. They then spent a lot of time together, which would provide plenty of opportunities for Cinna to seemingly take advantage of her. There may not be much evidence one way or the other, but the theory as a whole draws attention to one of the darkest elements in the Hunger Games. So Cinna bought her to prevent her from that happening to her.
Yeah,
And then-
I'm just still not fully on board with it.
The Hunger Games test the district's rebellion capabilities. Katniss's entire life was manufactured. In the final chapter of Catching Fire, Katniss learns about this elaborate plan in which I was a piece, just as I was meant to be a piece in the Hunger Games. She had been guided and prepared to start the revolution, but many fans, including a now-deleted Reddit user, think that the manipulation started long before she entered the arena. The theory goes that Katniss's father began planning before Katniss was born, covertly training her to be a tribute and manipulating the arena to be perfect for her. He couldn't risk Katniss doing anything unexpected. The theory means Katniss's entire life was a lie, but it makes complete sense with the world she discovers in the second and third books. And then the last one is the rest of the world doesn't care. So
I do believe that one.
yeah,
The rest of the world doesn't care. They're ignoring it.
yeah. So-
Yeah, that's possible.
Now, I
my
do like
favorite
the-
fan theory is the Coin and
Yes.
Lucy Gray. That's
Yeah.
my favorite one.
Yes.
I like the theory that Prim was chosen to parallel Ruth in the games. That PETA and I forget Ruth's other person, the male from her district.
Yeah, the big
that they were supposed to kind of parallel each other a little bit, and then the kids were supposed to parallel, so that way it was more gruesome and hard, and the innocence is dying. And then Katniss volunteered in a district that's never had a volunteer.
Yeah.
And throws everything off.
Yeah.
I think I like that.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously they're manipulating it.
Oh, yeah. You know they manipulated the games anyways.
Yeah.
Catching Fire just so happens to pull from the surviving...
yeah. That one was an obvious manipulation.
Yeah. If they can manipulate that, they can manipulate the
long
pigs as
before
well.
that they only put Prim in the box.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I went on a very long tangent.
Mini-sode?
Oh, no. This is a mini-sode.
Mini-sode. So, I'm very excited. I can't remember what the name is for Hey Mitch's.
I can't either.
I'm so excited.
Yes.
I am pumped.
March 2025, people. Be ready.
Can y'all judge me for just a second?
Yes.
I've not read any of the main Hunger Games books. I watched all the movies. But I read Songbirds and Snakes and didn't watch the movie.
Yeah, I still haven't watched the movie either.
The movie's
wanted
really
to
well.
so bad.
It's really, really good. It's done very, very well.
It just never lined
up. I
up.
don't like Rachel, though.
Yeah.
Zegler?
Yeah.
I just do not
Yeah.
like
Do you not like her character?
She talks like this. Beautiful, beautiful singing voice. But she did Lucy Gray in a way that I was like, oh, I loved Lucy Gray in the books.
Right.
Yeah.
But she did Lucy Gray in a way where I was like, and it may just be because I don't like her.
So that was our first mini-sode.
Yes.
So what did you rate each of these books?
So Hunger Games was 4.5.
Nice.
Catching Fire was 4.
Mm-hmm.
Mockingjay was 3. And Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes was 4.5.
Solid.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm so excited for Hey Mitch's.
Oh,
I have
me
a
too.
feeling that Hey Mitch's is going to be 5.
It's going to be amazing. That's for sure.
Yes,
That's
I'm so
for sure.
excited.